Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we continue our sort of mini-series here within the series to look at the commemorative action figure packs that were released specifically to coincide with and promote a home video release, but which are not in themselves home video releases, because none of them actually include a disc, for instance, of a DVD or Blu-ray or anything in the packaging. And they were not bonus items given away free. It was simply, hey, here's a home video release, buy this. And as part of the product push, hey, here's some action figures designed to basically, or some action figure packages, some of these figures are repacks, designed to commemorate and celebrate and get more of your money to go along with that home video release. We've already seen that in 2004, there were 3 different packs, one for each of the original trilogy films, to celebrate the original trilogy hitting DVD for the first time. And we saw a crap ton of packs in the last episode for 2005, because we had 3 packs to celebrate the release of Revenge of the Sith, the Jedi Knights, the Sith Lords, and then the Clone Troopers. And then we saw 2 different volumes released of the Clone Wars micro series, each of which got 2 action figure packs of 3 figures each to celebrate them. So 7 different packs in 2005, 10 total so far if you include 2004. Now we're going to add 3 more by jumping ahead to 2006. You may recall that in 2006 you could get the original trilogy as a re-release. This was the only box set for 2006. This is the Best Buy Collector's Tin. For the most part, instead, you would find the films released individually as such, either full screen or widescreen. This is that release that started to have the extra bonus disc in each one that had the so-called unaltered edition, which we know, of course, is based on those 1993 definitive collection masters, with the exception of the opening of A New Hope, scan through film, blah, blah, blah. We've talked about this many, many times. This release, of course, was also celebrated by Hasbro with action figure packs. This time, though, it kind of makes sense that each film would have its own, because each film was released separately, again, unless you bought that tin from Best Buy. So in this case, what did we get? It's actually really kind of cool. The packaging is really nice on these. I actually think these are probably my favorite packaging of all of these action figure commemorative packs. We start with A New Hope. So I have promotional shots there for A New Hope. I'll blend it into a nice little image there, right? Saga collection down here, the product line. Nothing on this side or this side either. Up here, it tells us it's a commemorative episode 4 DVD collection, DVD not included. So set up similar to the Revenge of the Sith ones. Over here, again, like Revenge of the Sith, Star Wars with a 4 behind it, in this case, A New Hope. You have your figures there, and it tells us underneath who they are. Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Darth Vader. Then we have our age thing over here, ages 4+, and the assortment number. The top is back to being blank. The bottom is, again, like Revenge of the Sith, with the UPC, the legalese, the symbols like Hasbro, and the film's own logo. Then the back, shot from A New Hope. Text that we'll read in a moment. What are in the other 2 packs. And then the 3 that are in this one, again, it says, collect these and other awesome characters. Okay, Hasbro with its web address, Star Wars Hyperspace Fan Club, Hasbro, legalese, not for children 0 through 3, and then the Saga collection over here as a logo again. What does the back say? 3 generations of Jedi. For nearly 20 years, Obi-Wan Kenobi has hidden the presence of young Luke Skywalker from Darth Vader on the desert world of Tatooine. With his uncle and aunt murdered by Imperial stormtroopers, nothing is left to keep Luke from leaving with Obi-Wan to learn the ways of the Force, like his father before him. When the Millennium Falcon is captured by the Death Star, however, Luke suddenly finds himself at the heart of the tension between the light side and the dark side of the Force, a tension that will only break with the final destruction of the Sith and his advancement to the rank of a Jedi Knight. So, kind of a summary, like a teaser of A New Hope, but then it goes on well beyond that through at least Return of the Jedi. Okay, but here we have the one for A New Hope. I really like the packaging, nothing special behind them or anything, but really cool that it's specific to the film and really kind of cool looking, very much like what we saw with Revenge of the Sith. Only in Revenge of the Sith's case, all 3 of the packages had the same packaging because it was the same film. Then we have The Empire Strikes Back. Again, kind of that new artwork pulling all the characters together. I'm assuming new, may not be, maybe reused. I know a lot of these are like production shots that were used as the basis. Okay, same setup. In this case for Empire Strikes Back. Is Han Solo, Chewbacca, and a stormtrooper, just kind of a random stormtrooper. Similar setup to the back, but it'll say something different, of course. This one says, captured at Cloud City. Tracked to Cloud City on Bespin by the bounty hunter Boba Fett, Han, Chewie, and their companions are captured and imprisoned by Imperial troops. While they await their fate in a dismal cell, Chewbacca is tortured without reason by a hypersonic pulse device. Little do they know that they are merely bait for the Emperor's true prize, the young Jedi Luke Skywalker, who even now speeds towards Bespin in the hope of rescuing his friends. Cool stuff there, right? Okay. And then, of course, Return of the Jedi gets its own as well. Similar setup there. Interesting with the green to the background, because, of course, green will be the background color that's used on those 2019 re-releases and the 4K releases later, and green is probably the one color people really complain about with that series of releases, but here's a precedent for it. Similar setup. And again, these are meant to be 3 figures per pack, but they're going to treat the droids as if they are a duo as one. So this 3-pack is actually a 4-pack here, with C-3PO, R2-D2, Emperor Palpatine, and Luke Skywalker now as a Jedi. All right, so repeating here. And otherwise, set up the same. What's our text? Our text in this case, Triumph of a Jedi. High above the forest moon of Endor, Luke Skywalker is presented to the Emperor, who hopes to tempt the young Jedi to join him on the dark side. As the Rebel Alliance and his friends fight for their lives in the space battle outside the battle station and on the moon below, a battle no less fierce rages inside Luke. Faced with the final destruction of everything for which he has fought and suffered, he must choose to give in to his hate or let it go. Not gonna sing it. Okay. And again, Palpatine has that hood that's pretty high up. Kind of reminds me much more of the Papa Palpatine from Robot Chicken in that case. But a pretty cool set of releases here. 3 of them, 1 for each film like we had back in 2004, but film-specific packaging that's really nice looking and that mirrors the updated look that we saw in 2005 for Revenge of the Sith. A nice set of these, and thankfully in a different year finally, though this brings the total of these to try to find if you're trying to collect them up to 13. And yes, there are quite a few more. Next time, we'll take a look at 2008 and how they commemorated the release of The Clone Wars, not the Clone Wars microseries, but The Clone Wars, the theatrical film that launched the Clone Wars television series on Cartoon Network that is now being continued on Disney+. With that, we'll wrap up this episode, though. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers and the action figure collectors.